absolutely love this road. I just wish it had a better surface. This is where the bus nearly hit me. So, first of all, I've just seen Marquez throw a tantrum on the qualifying for the Mugello race, and I was laughing my head off. Now, I wouldn't say I hate him, but I have a strong dislike for him. Just not a fan. Just not a fan at all. I'm not going to deny that his talent is unprecedented, but I don't know, I'm not warm to him. I think he's very reckless sometimes. I'll start talking properly now. Hopefully this is going to work and I'll be able to post it all in just one big lump, because I've not done an actual vlog in a while. Not that I really like the term vlog, I don't know, I try to stay away from buzzwords a little bit, but yeah, anyway, here we go. So, I don't know if you've seen on one of my more recent videos, I think it's called Nearly Lost It or something, that's where it starts. There's a little bit of footage of the holiday that I took, excuse me, and yeah, we went to Cancun and it was amazing. It was one of the best holidays I've ever had, next to when we went to California a few years ago. We stayed about half hour from Cancun at the actual hotel zone. Because personally, I don't really drink, so, and I'm not like a clubber, so it didn't appeal to me that much. Although we went for the day, there wasn't really a lot there. We stayed in all-inclusive because it's kind of hard not to go all-inclusive, and yeah, it was just a brilliant time, brilliant hotel. You couldn't have wanted for anything more. And I got to swim with the live wild turtles, sorry, which was just on the beach. It's a place called Acamal, which is between Playa del Carmen and Tulum, it's actually pronounced. I was calling it Tulum before we went, like a heathen. And I'll put a picture up now. And yeah, it was great. We just rented the gear. You don't have to do an excursion. If you're going, or you know somebody's going, tell them you don't go and do an excursion, because they're an absolute rip-off. You just go to the beach, you hire your gear, and you just go in. That's it. You just wade in. All the excursions is you've got someone who's like a free diver. They'll go underwater and go, oh, here's a turtle, here's a turtle. Oh, fucking something in my visor. Fucking bugs. Yeah, oh, here's a turtle. And then they'll go off on another one. Oh, here's another one. And that's it. And that'll probably cost you, because everything's done in dollars, that'll probably cost you about $120, I think it was, for a couple of hours, when you can go and rent the gear for, I think it was, let me get this right, let me think now, it's 400 pesos, so that's like 20 quid, or something. And yeah, it was awe-inspiring is one word that I could say. It was just incredible. So yeah, not that I'm gloating, but that's what I was doing. That's why I didn't have any videos, even, well, they're not the best quality anyway, but I didn't have any videos up for a while. What else have I done? I went to the MCN Live, which used to be the BMF. It's the first time I've been while I've had my own bike. it was okay. It was expensive. It was like 25 quid to get in, and I thought that was expensive to say that there wasn't many actual manufacturers there, and the ones that were there didn't even have the full range. I think Suzuki had like 4 bikes. That was it. A bit disappointing that was, but you go for bargains on clothing really. They had a big show on the speedway track and stuff like that. But I got a new helmet which I'm probably going to do a review of. It's another another AGV. It's a Corsa, which is the top end helmet that they do. It's just not the carbon fibre one. Exactly the same, just a regular shell, and I got that for 100 quid, and I didn't know the prices before I went, but they're like 450. I think that's the cheapest one I've seen for a new one. Absolutely brilliant deals. The only trouble was I actually went on my bike, so it was a bit of a struggle trying to get a new helmet home attached to my rucksack. And it was service time on the bike, and I did it all myself. So we have had new spark plugs, new oil, new filter, new air filter, and new fuel filter, which I don't think would make much of a difference, our little fuel filter, but it has. And then I tackled the valve clearances because it was time. Kind of glad I did, to save the money. Kind of glad I didn't, because it was a bit of a ball ache. I don't know if you'll notice on idle, my bike is quite rattly, but that's just because they were all tight, or the clearances are tight. So you open them up, which is going to make the engine sound louder, but the performance difference in this is ridiculous. The feeling that I've got, it's probably like another 30 brake. That's what it feels like to when I got it. Because I probably shouldn't do this while I'm driving, but you got your obviously 16 valves at the top of the engine in kind of like a V shape. And the reason why, you've got your little rocker that pushes down on them, and over time that wears down, so the gap gets smaller. If you think that gap, it's not making the valves lift as high. So one, you're not getting the right enough of the fuel mixture in, fuel and air mixture, and then on the other side, which is your exhaust valves, it's not coming up enough to let the gases out. So now, when you've got your cables, your throttle cables and everything tightened up properly, it's so much more responsive. It's amazing. If you've put it off, you've got to do it, because over time, like I say, the little rockers and where they're sat will wear down, and it will get tighter and tighter and tighter onto the valve, and in the end it'll overheat and blow up, or you'll bend the valve, which is, well, very, very expensive. And yeah, so if you've got an air-cooled engine like mine and it seems very quiet, maybe think about getting it looked at. Yeah, because I see a lot of people on forums and Facebook groups, and it's better to have a rattly one for a little bit, because it'll calm down after a few hundred miles. Mine has already. I've done 300 since I've done it. Oh, little bird. Yeah, and it's calmed down already. Yeah, so that was it. It's just don't put it off. Don't think, oh yeah, I can't afford that, because if you're planning on keeping your bike for a long time, it'll cost you a lot in the long run if you leave it and it goes wrong. So summer's pretty much here. I'll let that one go. And yeah, a few things planned. I mentioned it quickly in an earlier very unprofessional video that I did. Ace Calf I'm going to go to just as and when. But the first thing that is coming up is Wyvern Bikers Chip Shop Run Part 2 for this year. Yeah, I was on holiday when the first one happened. I would have liked to have gone because I really like that road that they took as well. So all being well, I should be going to that. Get to meet some of the people that I've been watching on YouTube for about a year. I suppose I don't know, I've never met anybody that I've been watching on YouTube before. I suppose it might be really weird because you kind of feel like you know them or you know a lot about them, but you really don't know them at all. The same as, well, they probably won't know me anyway. So yeah, hopefully, I mean, as I've said in a post on Facebook, I think it was, I'm getting a tattoo for like a whole day on this Saturday before, so I have to see how it goes because it's on my forearm as well. It might be a bit too uncomfortable to go. But hopefully, fingers crossed, see you there.